If you've been following this series, you've heard us talk a lot about beliefs, especially the self-limiting kind. But here's a question you might not have asked yourself yet. What exactly is a belief? And how does your brain form one in the first place? Because if we're going to challenge the ones that hold us back, it helps to understand where they come from and why they feel so real. Hi, I'm Michelle Hales, and this is week 7 of our series on self-limiting beliefs. In this series, we're unpacking how these beliefs get formed, how they affect us, and how to replace them with ones that help us grow. Today, we're taking a step back and asking, what is a belief really? And what's happening in your brain when one takes root? A belief is simply a thought you've accepted as true. Not necessarily because you've proven it true, but because for one reason or another, you've decided to trust it. It's like a mental shortcut, a conclusion your brain can reference so it doesn't have to reanalyze the same question over and over. Some beliefs are based on solid evidence. Fire is hot. Others are based on repeated experiences. This route to work is faster. And still others are based on interpretations, assumptions, and even just something someone told us when we were young. And once a belief settles in, your brain tends to treat it like a fact. And that's where the story gets interesting. Your brain loves efficiency. So when you experience something, especially something emotional, it looks for patterns. Here's how it works in simple terms. You have an experience, something happens, good or bad. You interpret it. You assign meaning. I did well because I'm smart, or I failed because I'm not good at this. Your brain stores that conclusion, and the next time a similar situation comes up, your brain retrieves the old conclusion. Repetition reinforces it, and the more times the pattern plays out, the more automatic the belief becomes. And over time, the belief just gets wired into your neural pathways, making it feel less like an opinion and more like reality. Your brain is wired for confirmation bias. It notices and remembers evidence that supports what you already believe, and it tends to ignore and downplay evidence that challenges it. So if you believe, I'm terrible at public speaking, then your brain will remember the time that you stumbled over your words and forget all about the time that you nailed it. It'll interpret neutral events in ways that would reinforce your belief. That's why beliefs, especially self-limiting ones, can stick for decades without ever being questioned. I'm the youngest of 3 children who grew up in a loud household. My natural tendency was to be quiet and shy as a child, and that belief was reinforced when I heard teachers and other adults say, "She's shy and quiet." And that led me to believe that would just become a permanent part of my personality. It wasn't until young adulthood that I realized I had missed out on a lot of conversations and experiences by believing I was a quiet, shy person. But if beliefs are just thoughts we've accepted as true, that means they can be updated. And just like you once believed in Santa Claus or the Tooth Fairy, you can outgrow a belief about yourself. But here's the key. Your brain won't naturally give up a belief just because you decided to change it. You have to notice it, you've got to challenge it, and you've got to provide new, repeated evidence until the brain rewires. And that's how we replace a belief that limits us with one that empowers us. So here's your reflection for the week. What's one belief you've accepted as truth, but you never actually tested? Where did it come from? Is it based on fact or just a repetition and interpretation? Next time, we'll take a closer look at where most of our beliefs actually come from. The stories we've inherited from family, culture, and experiences, and how those stories shape the way we see ourselves today. If this has helped you think differently about your beliefs, give the video a like and subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Remember, beliefs aren't set in stone, they're set in your mind, and your mind can change.